Welcome to this solemn and important exploration of history. Today we delve into the Holocaust, one of the darkest chapters in human history. Between 1941 and 1945, our world bore witness to an event of unimaginable horror and cruelty, a systematic extermination that claimed the lives of millions. This isn't an easy topic, but it's a crucial part of our history that we must strive to understand. In this video, we aim to shed light on some of the most commonly asked questions about the Holocaust. We'll explore its origins, the key figures, the heinous operations of concentration and death camps, the acts of resistance, and the world's response. We'll also discuss the daunting challenges faced by survivors post-liberation and the ongoing legacy of this tragic event. As we embark on this journey, let us remember the millions of lives lost and the importance of ensuring such atrocities never happen again. The Holocaust was a systematic, state-sponsored persecution and murder that took place during World War II. A period in history that casts a long, dark shadow. The Holocaust is a testament to the depths of human cruelty. Let's set the scene. The early 20th century, a time when the world was grappling with the aftermath of World War I and the Great Depression. This was a period of political and economic instability, a time ripe for the rise of extremist ideologies. In the heart of Europe, Germany was festering with resentment and anger. It was in this boiling pot of discontent that the Nazi Party, led by Adolf Hitler, came to power. They blamed the Jews for Germany's woes, and so began an era of state-orchestrated anti-Semitism, the likes of which the world had never seen before. The Holocaust, also known as the Shoah in Hebrew, was a genocide in which approximately 6 million Jews were systematically exterminated by Nazi Germany and its collaborators. But it wasn't just Jews who were targeted. The Nazis also persecuted other groups they deemed racially or socially undesirable. This included the Romani people, the disabled, Polish and Soviet civilians, political dissidents, LGBTQ+ individuals, and Jehovah's Witnesses, among others. The scale of the Holocaust was staggering. It spanned across Europe from France in the west to Russia in the east. Concentration camps, death camps, and ghettos were established in many countries, including Poland, Germany, Austria, and even as far as the Channel Islands, the only part of the British Isles to be occupied by the Nazis. This horrific event resulted in the death of 6 million Jews, making it one of the largest genocides in history. But the Holocaust was not just about the numbers. Each number was a person, a life cut short, a story left untold. As we delve deeper into this dark chapter of our past, let's remember the individuals behind the statistics, their hopes, their dreams, and their struggles. Let's remember the humanity that was so brutally stripped away. The roots of the Holocaust can be traced back to the rise of the Nazi regime and their anti-Semitic policies. This atrocious chapter in history didn't just happen overnight. It was the culmination of years of political instability, economic hardship, and a toxic ideology that amplified hatred and discrimination against Jews. Following the end of the First World War and the signing of the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was left crippled by war reparations and a struggling economy. This provided fertile ground for the rise of extremist parties, including the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or the Nazis, led by Adolf Hitler. Hitler, a charismatic speaker, manipulated the public's fear and discontent, blaming the Jews for Germany's downfall. His vision of a racially pure Germany resonated with many, fueling a deep-seated anti-Semitism that had simmered in European society for centuries. The Nazis came to power in 1933, and they wasted no time in implementing laws that marginalized and persecuted Jews. The Nuremberg Laws of 1935 stripped Jews of their rights as citizens, creating an environment where discrimination and violence were not only tolerated, but encouraged. The event known as Kristallnacht, or the Night of Broken Glass, in November 1938, marked a significant escalation in the Nazis' campaign against the Jews. Synagogues were burned, Jewish businesses were destroyed, and thousands of Jews were arrested and sent to concentration camps. This state-sanctioned pogrom signaled a shift from discrimination and persecution to outright violence. The systematic extermination began in earnest in 1941, marking the beginning of a dark era that would last until 1945. The Holocaust was not a spontaneous act of barbarism. It was a calculated, meticulously planned operation, fueled by a lethal mix of hate, fear, and political ambition. An understanding of its origins is crucial, not just to comprehend the scale of the horror, but also to ensure that such a catastrophe is never repeated. Behind this horrifying event were key figures who played instrumental roles in its execution. At the forefront was Adolf Hitler, the German dictator whose virulent anti-Semitism fueled the Holocaust's engine. Hitler's hate-filled rhetoric and ideologies sparked a fervor that would lead to the systematic murder of 6 million Jews. Directly under Hitler was Heinrich Himmler, the man responsible for the implementation of Hitler's deadly vision. As the head of the SS, Himmler oversaw the establishment and operation of the concentration and extermination camps, where millions met their untimely end. But the machinery of the Holocaust was not driven by these two men alone. A chilling array of individuals contributed to its execution, each playing their part in the orchestration of mass murder. Among them were concentration camp commanders like Rudolf Höss of Auschwitz and Franz Stangl of Treblinka. These men and others like them ran the death factories where humanity was stripped away and life was reduced to a number. These individuals, driven by a twisted ideology, committed unthinkable atrocities. They organized and executed a plan of systematic genocide on a scale the world had never seen before. Their actions, guided by hate and prejudice, led to the death of millions. But it's crucial to remember that these key figures didn't act alone. They were aided by thousands of collaborators and bystanders, from high-ranking officials to ordinary citizens, who either actively participated in or silently condoned the horrors unfolding before them. The Holocaust was not the result of a few evil men, but a complex web of complicity, indifference, and outright participation. These individuals orchestrated and carried out a plan that led to the death of millions. Their names and actions are a stark reminder of the depths humanity can sink to when consumed by hate and prejudice. As we delve deeper into the Holocaust's history, it's essential to remember these key figures, not to honor them, but to understand the role they played in one of history's darkest chapters. The Nazis established concentration camps and death camps as part of their plan to exterminate the Jews. In the grim chronicles of the Holocaust, two terms often surface: concentration camps and death camps. Though similar, they served different functions in the Nazis' machinery of mass murder. Concentration camps were essentially prison camps. Beginning in 1933, the Nazis used these to detain people considered threats to the regime. These included political opponents, Jehovah's Witnesses, homosexuals, and of course, Jews. Prisoners were subjected to forced labor, brutal conditions, and inhumane treatment, leading to the deaths of many. However, the primary purpose of these camps was not systematic extermination. This brings us to death camps, a darker evolution of concentration camps. The Nazis established these primarily in occupied Poland. The infamous Auschwitz, Sobibor, and Treblinka were among them. Unlike concentration camps, death camps had one purpose: mass murder. At these facilities, newly arrived prisoners were often immediately sent to gas chambers, disguised as shower rooms. Those spared initially were forced into labor until they were too weak to work, then they too were killed. The Nazis exploited every aspect of their victims' existence, even using human remains as resources. Living conditions at both types of camps were beyond horrifying. Overcrowding, starvation, disease, and brutal punishments were commonplace. The camps were designed to dehumanize and degrade, stripping prisoners of their dignity and humanity. The scale of these atrocities is staggering. Millions of innocent lives were systematically extinguished within these camps' barbed wire confines. The chilling efficiency of these camps stands as a stark reminder of the depths humanity can sink to when consumed by hatred and prejudice. These camps were designed for one purpose: to carry out mass murder on an industrial scale. The concentration and death camps remain among the most haunting symbols of the Holocaust, a testament to a time when the world looked on as humanity was stripped of its very essence. The Nazis referred to their plan for the extermination of the Jewish people as the final solution. This chilling term, coined by the German officials, marked a pivotal moment in the Holocaust, a shift from the initial persecution and segregation to a systematic, state-sponsored genocide. The final solution to the Jewish question, as it was formally referred to, was a plan conceived in the upper echelons of the Nazi regime. It aimed to annihilate the entire Jewish population in Europe. This plan was discussed and agreed upon at the infamous Wannsee Conference in January 1942, chaired by Reinhard Heydrich, a high-ranking SS officer. Implementation of the final solution required a monstrous infrastructure. Concentration and extermination camps already in operation were expanded and optimized for mass murder. Among the most notorious were Auschwitz, Treblinka, and Sobibor. These camps were fitted with gas chambers, a horrific innovation in the machinery of death. Victims were told they were being led to shower facilities, a deception maintained until the deadly Zyklon B gas was released. The gas chambers were but one method of extermination. Mass shootings, forced labor, starvation, and disease also claimed countless lives. The Nazis exploited every possible means to ensure the final solution was carried out swiftly and efficiently. While the final solution primarily targeted Jews, the Nazis also extended their extermination plans to other groups they deemed undesirable. Roma, disabled individuals, Polish and Soviet civilians, political dissidents, and many others were also victims of this brutal policy. It's estimated that 6 million Jews were murdered as a result of the final solution. This figure represents approximately 2/3 of the Jewish population in Europe at the time. The scale and systematic nature of this genocide are unparalleled, marking one of the darkest chapters in human history. The final solution was a horrific plan that resulted in the deaths of millions. It's a stark reminder of the depths of cruelty and inhumanity to which societies can sink, underlining the importance of remembering the Holocaust and ensuring such atrocities are never repeated. Despite the horrific conditions and overwhelming odds, there were acts of resistance during the Holocaust. Let's delve into some of these instances within the suffocating confines of concentration camps and ghettos. While these acts may not have dramatically changed the course of history, they were powerful expressions of human dignity and courage. In the ghettos, resistance took on various forms. Educational and cultural activities flourished, from secret schools to clandestine libraries and concerts, all of which were forbidden by the Nazi regime. These may not have been acts of physical defiance, but they were acts of intellectual and spiritual resistance, a bold refusal to succumb to dehumanization. Then there were the uprisings. The Warsaw Ghetto Uprising of 1943 is perhaps the most well-known. In this extraordinary act of defiance, a group of Jewish fighters held off the Nazi forces for nearly a month, choosing to fight back rather than face deportation to the extermination camps. In concentration and extermination camps, resistance was even more dangerous and difficult, yet it existed. There were instances of sabotage where prisoners deliberately slowed down work processes or damaged machinery. There were also numerous escape attempts, some of which were successful. Perhaps one of the most remarkable acts of resistance was the revolt at Sobibor extermination camp in October 1943. A group of prisoners, led by Soviet POWs, launched a daring breakout, resulting in the escape of around 300 prisoners. While many were recaptured or killed, around 50 managed to survive until the end of the war. These acts of resistance, whether they were large-scale uprisings or small acts of defiance, were incredibly brave. They serve as powerful reminders of the human spirit and the will to survive. Each story of resistance is a testament to the resilience of those who lived through these darkest of times, a salute to their indomitable spirit. These acts of resistance serve as powerful reminders of the human spirit and the will to survive. The international response to the Holocaust during and after World War II varied. As the war raged on, the full extent of the atrocities committed in the concentration and death camps remained a well-guarded secret of the Nazi regime. It was not until the war's end, when Allied forces liberated these camps, that the world became aware of the immense scale of the Holocaust. The revelation sent shockwaves across the globe. The sheer magnitude of the crimes committed sparked a global outcry for justice. Thus, the Nuremberg trials were established. These were a series of military tribunals held after the war to prosecute prominent leaders of Nazi Germany who had participated in the Holocaust and other war crimes. The trials set a precedent for holding individuals accountable for acts of war, regardless of their position or orders received. Simultaneously, the world grappled with the question of how to provide refuge for the millions of displaced Jews. This resulted in the establishment of Israel, a homeland for Jews worldwide. The creation of Israel in 1948 was a direct response to the Holocaust, providing a place of safety for Jews who had been persecuted and driven from their homes. However, the world's response to the Holocaust was not without controversy. While some nations were quick to condemn the atrocities and support the survivors, others remained indifferent or even denied the extent of the crimes committed. This varied response highlighted the need for a unified international stance against such atrocities. The world's response to the Holocaust has had a profound impact on international relations and human rights laws. It led to the adoption of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, establishing the principle that human rights are universal and should be protected by law. The lessons drawn from the Holocaust continue to shape the world. They remind us of the importance of standing against hatred and intolerance, and of our collective responsibility to prevent such atrocities from happening again. The world's response to the Holocaust has shaped international relations and human rights laws, and continues to do so to this day. Survivors of the Holocaust were left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. After the liberation of the concentration and death camps, these individuals who had endured unimaginable horrors faced the daunting task of rebuilding their lives. The challenges were immense and varied, as the survivors grappled with physical and psychological scars, the absence of loved ones, and a world that was forever changed. Many survivors were afflicted with physical ailments as a result of the brutal conditions they had endured. Malnutrition, disease, and the effects of harsh labor took a toll on their bodies, often requiring extensive medical care. Yet the physical challenges were just one aspect of the aftermath. The psychological trauma was just as profound, if not more so. Survivors had to confront the loss of entire families and communities, the haunting memories of the atrocities they had witnessed, and the guilt of having survived when so many others did not. This psychological burden was often compounded by the lack of understanding and empathy from a world that was struggling to comprehend the magnitude of the Holocaust. Despite the hardships, Holocaust survivors displayed remarkable resilience. They sought to rebuild their lives, often in new countries, and they worked tirelessly to bear witness to the atrocities they had experienced. They shared their stories, wrote memoirs, gave testimonies, and participated in educational initiatives, all in an effort to ensure that the world would not forget. Their testimonies have been instrumental in Holocaust education, providing invaluable first-hand accounts of the horrors perpetrated by the Nazi regime. These accounts serve as a stark reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink, but they also highlight the strength and resilience of the human spirit. In the face of unimaginable adversity, Holocaust survivors have shown us the power of hope, resilience, and the human capacity for survival. Their stories are a testament to the strength of the human spirit and serve as a call to remember, to learn, and to prevent such atrocities from happening again. The experiences of these survivors remind us of the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of remembering the Holocaust. The Holocaust continues to have a significant impact, reminding us of the importance of education and remembrance. The echoes of this historical tragedy reverberate through time, reminding us of the depths of human cruelty, but also the resilience of the human spirit. In a world that is increasingly forgetting its past, the importance of Holocaust education cannot be overstated. By learning about this dark chapter in our history, we equip ourselves with the knowledge to prevent such atrocities from happening again. Museums and memorials across the globe stand as silent witnesses to the pain and suffering endured, serving as powerful reminders of the Holocaust's horrors. These institutions play a crucial role in preserving the memories of the victims and honoring their lives. Likewise, initiatives worldwide are committed to keeping the memory of the Holocaust alive, fostering understanding and promoting tolerance. We must never forget the atrocities of the Holocaust and strive to create a world where such horrors are never repeated. The Holocaust stands as a stark reminder of the depths of human cruelty. This grim chapter in history saw the systematic extermination of millions, ignited by the rise of the Nazi regime and their execution of the so-called final solution. Key figures like Adolf Hitler and Heinrich Himmler played pivotal roles in this horrifying event. The concentration and death camps served as the haunting backdrop to these atrocities, with acts of resistance flickering like defiant sparks in the dark. The world's response during and after the war has left a lasting legacy, leading to the establishment of Israel and the Nuremberg trials. Holocaust survivors faced immense challenges, their stories of resilience and survival reminding us of the human spirit's indomitable strength. Today, through education and commemoration, we strive to remember and learn from these events. By remembering and learning from the Holocaust, we can contribute to a world where such atrocities are never repeated.